Dun, dun.
Done a discussion.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ba-da-dee-dee-dee.
Alright, there we go. So, let's get straight into this episode. Fuck, I've lost count. Who knows?
I think 4 by this point.
Probably, yeah, 4. We'll go with 4. So this is going to be a little, I guess, very more general talk.
Yeah.
It's not so much focused on either Marvel, Star Wars, or DC. It's just whatever we can think of.
And worth to mention a couple of differences. One, we don't have any guests today. It's just us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tried to get some people, but no one would
You know,
come.
we apparently just don't have that much to do, and we thought that was the norm. Also, new setup.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. First time. Much more nerdier.
much more. I'd say.
Homey. Home-like.
Homey, appropriate. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm not sure if you can see it, but up there's like a little batarang. You know. I don't think you
I think
can.
it's just off.
Well, there's a batarang.
We'll
and above
insert
it,
a picture of it.
yeah, above it is a sign that says, "In case of mug or break glass," because it's in like a little glass seal. But there you go.
We go lengths.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's start talking. So first thing we wanted to talk about were all the trailers that have come out.
I know.
'Cause
Super Bowl is a wonderful time of year.
Yeah.
And we're like in England as well, so like we don't even
watch the fucking thing,
No.
and we love it.
know.
But so I think first trailer I think we should just mention quickly because wearing the shirt for it. Jurassic World 2. I'm not sure if you're a big fan of the Jurassic Park franchise.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'll be honest. I'm one of those people who did watch Jurassic World with absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
But like even with the new trailer, like the new one for me kind of feels like it's the kind of film that I will watch, but I'm just not too super excited for. Like I will watch it and I will enjoy it, but it's kind of not on my radar.
Fair enough. So I'm a big fan of the Jurassic franchise in general. A few things, I guess, obviously spoilers. The intro kind of. We got a few glimpses of the Indomino Raptor, which still fucking sounds ridiculous. Blue is back, obviously. She's still there and she's still kicking. Island is not really going to be much of an island anymore. But yeah, I think we meet the next kid in the film because, as we all know, the Jurassic series cannot have
The same kid twice.
no, it's not even that. It has to have a kid in there. You
Yeah,
can't
of
have a
course.
Jurassic Park film
Oh
without
yeah,
a
of
kid.
course.
Because
Don't be silly.
yeah, it would be ridiculous. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously like when it comes out, I will probably go see it, mostly because like, first of all, Jeff Goldblum's back.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Chris
And
Pratt's always good.
Always, yeah. And as I said, both of us enjoy Jurassic World.
I think the thing
So-
is you can take from it. It's not going. Quick thing. Don't be one of those people who says, "Oh, it's definitely not going to be as good as the first few." No shit. Like not.
It's not the point.
Yeah, it's not the point. But the point is, I think it will be an enjoyable film, and I hope that's what is that they're making it for. Is that it's for your purely entertainment enjoyment purposes and nothing more. It's not made to be the best of the franchise. It's just made to be a fun film. And I think looking at the trailers, that looked like the direction they were going in. Still looks like it's going to be a little scary, which is what a lot of the behind the scenes stuff has been talking about. That it's going to be a scarier. It's going to be a scarier one compared to the rest of them. But anyway, I guess moving on now. From Jurassic. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer,
Which looked really good.
It looks really good. Yeah.
I'll be honest. My impression from it is it looks better than Ant-Man.
Yeah.
It looks much more interesting. It looks much more fun and
absolutely. Yeah.
more action-packed.
The Hello Kitty, fucking whatever it was.
I mean,
God.
obviously, like that's kind of a callback to the Thomas the Tank Engine, isn't it?
Yeah, that is, but still, it's fucking
But
hilarious.
it's so good. And the Wasp looks great.
Yeah, she looks good in it as well. In general, it just looks like a really good, fun film.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, the film I'm looking forward to most this year.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning as well that we are aware that Ant-Man is probably the least favorite superhero of anyone in the MCU.
But
for me as well, he's not my favorite, but he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there for me.
Especially
as well.
like as his own film, from the actual like Ant-Man film, is up there among one of my favorites in the MCU.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the Ant-Man film was great, and I was just rewatching it a couple of days ago, and it's still so much fun to watch. That's the thing. And Scott is really, really good in it. in terms of just the character, and Paul Rudd's fantastic playing the character. Other Marvel films that got trailers.
I mean, there was Infinity War.
Infinity War got like a 30-second, which is like what they did with Civil War. Still looks good. We got a few new images. Oh, fucking thing that bothered me because I noticed it. You know, like in this first trailer where there's the scepter and it's attached to... In that 30 seconds, we see Vision without the mind gem.
It's kind of annoying because we had like theories about it last time, and those theories are kind of crushed now.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Like, I know obviously we're starting to sound like Star Wars fans, and we do apologize for that. But the point is, Marvel has not, like, the problem is there hasn't, for me at least, been no stakes. Oh, heroes facing big bad, oh, they'll be fine. Why? Because no one seems to die.
Yeah.
And now saying, oh, Vision's fine. I'm like, well, so basically nothing happens now, and that's what I'm concerned with, is that there's not going to be any.
Maybe he was dying. Like we don't quite know.
Yeah, I think for me, in Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2, I know this is going to sound like maybe like a horrible thing, but I want at least one or two of the Avengers to die.
No, they have to.
Yeah, because I'm going to point this out. If none of them die, the MCU would have been the great. Like, I'll say this to the people: the MCU will be remembered as one of the greatest things when it started out, and then one of the most disappointing, unsatisfying endings because there's just no stakes.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking problem, because if you keep building up these characters that are no, that's the thing. And I know Dawn of Justice is obviously, to a lot of people, it's a terrible film, and I don't think it's a good film, but I still like it. But when they killed Superman, at least he stayed dead for the rest of the movie, and he didn't come back until Justice League.
He did die at the end.
He died at the end still, but at the same time, he didn't immediately come back in that film, and in the beginning of Justice League, he didn't come back straight away. He came back like halfway through.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, because like, to me that was like, they killed him, they kept him dead, and then brought him back when it was necessary. Now obviously they still brought him back, but the other thing is, you look before that, with Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor dies, saving, the world essentially. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that with at least and obviously General Zod die, and obviously Jonathan Kent dies in Man of Steel, but the point is, by looks of things, DCU has no problem with killing at least one or two people off.
Yeah.
Oh, and fucking Diablo, whatever his name was, died in Suicide Squad, despite the fact being a terrible film. At least they actually killed off one of the members.
Yeah.
They killed off, one or two. No, they killed off two, because the Slipknot guy with the grappling hooks.
Yeah, but Slipknot was a joke character in itself. Like,
yeah, he was a joke, but still, like, they killed him off to set
I think killing Diablo off was much more meaningful than killing Slipknot off. That was... Yeah. Because that was the
that was
thing.
A joke, yeah, obviously. But at the same time, it was one of those things where
it better have been a joke as well, because that was like, if he's just gonna die immediately, what's the point of introducing him?
Yeah, I to be fair, they did do that with the Arkham Assault film with the KG Beast, who is a prominent character. Yeah. Even Batman couldn't beat in a fight in some of the comics, and then they kill him off immediately. And I think that's the thing.
I mean, yeah.
To be fair, if you set them up as like, oh, this guy is tough, like they did with KG Beast, and then kill him off immediately, it's like, it sets the tone pretty well, which they kind of failed to do with Suicide Squad. But the point I'm trying to make is, DC likes killing, or not likes, but they are willing to do it. Yeah. They're willing to. Marvel, you look at it, and yes, Marvel kills, but they kill the villains, and that's not as satisfying, because like, well, they're the villains, of course they're going to lose.
I mean,
whether they die or live or not. But
at the same time, we will remember some of the fallen soldiers on the way. Quicksilver and...
Oh, yeah. Okay, they've killed one.
Yeah, that's about it.
That is literally one. That's about it. One. And he made very little impact, to be quite blunt.
I'm forgetting someone right now, and I'm being an asshole about it, but...
And that was what concerned me about the trailer for Infinity War, is the 30-second spot. Is like, just me sitting there going, my God, if there's no stakes in this film, I probably... If I'll go and see this one at the cinema, but if no one dies... Or not dies, but it doesn't hint like, okay, it's an extreme possibility, I won't go and see the second one at the cinema.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it comes. I'll give up then on that point. I'll go see the rest of the standalones, because they're always great, but I will refuse to watch another Avenger film in the cinema, because I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
And I'm not going to see it on release. I'm going to wait until people say whether it's good or not, and then I'll watch it. But I'm sick and tired of it. It makes me angry.
I mean, Infinity War for sure I'm going to watch on release. I mean, come on, I've waited 10 years for this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to wait another couple of months,
Well, I'm not saying that I'm going to wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. I'll wait like a week for it it being in the cinema, and then I'll go watch it a week after release. I'll still see it in the cinema probably, but I'm gonna wait until people tell me no, it's good. And I'll say this. I'll probably say this. Does anyone either die or come close? And if they say, and I say, don't have to tell me who it is. Just let me know whether it does happen. If someone does, if they go yes, then I'll go. Okay, I'm gonna go and see it. I want to get into one of the other Marvel films last because I think it's a very weird one. But next up, we'll get into Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Which introduces Thanos. It introduces Cable.
Just Thanos.
Just Thanos Abel. There we go. In other words, the guy who doesn't know what role he wants to play in Marvel.
Or which universe he wants to exist.
Yeah, or what universe he wants to exist in.
But yeah, we got Josh Brolin as Cable.
Yeah, also we got a glimpse of Domino.
We may have gotten that before at with the Bob Ross teaser thing. True. But this was really focused on like Josh Brolin, and obviously like there's a beautiful bit in the middle where he's like, well, the CG is not applied yet. I'll just keep them busy. It's classic Deadpool, like exactly what you would expect.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely happy with it. There's not much to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's a good trailer.
That's proper exciting. And the best thing about it is it comes out around the same time as Infinity War does.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. 2 Marvel films going head to head at the box office.
Yeah. How about that?
I feel like that might end up becoming a joke in Deadpool. It's like, God, if only our film did well. You know why it didn't do well? Because we came out the producers thought it'd be a good idea to release at the same time as Infinity War.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Or,
hey, look at Cable like, you purple son of a bitch. I kind of want him to do that now.
I mean, I kind of hope that the guy's like, well, obviously they're going to do better because we haven't built up for like 10 years up to this.
Yeah.
We've done 13. We've overshot our chances. I mean, yeah, Deadpool is exciting. But if we then go back a little bit to a more like, not necessarily Marvel, but Disney kind of area.
Yeah.
We've got the trailer that we kind of asked for in episode 1, which is the trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story. You may have seen it because since we have a Facebook page, I've kind of been posting trailers that I've seen and kind of have half given an opinion about it. Basically, I'm not excited. I don't know if it's going to be good, and I don't want to say it's not going to be good, but it's questionable.
I'm still excited for it. It's one of those things where I like the trailer and I like the tone it sets because it's still set as sort of a fun, not taking itself too seriously film, which is weird because apparently Disney originally fired the 2 directors because they didn't want it to be comedy, but it looks like it's still going to be a comedy.
It's going to be like a half. The thing is,
I think
can't really remove his writing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think there's going to be a lot of comedic elements in it. Having said that, I think first off, the visual effects are still astonishing. It looks
they're good
visually. I thought the music was an interesting choice. I didn't think it was bad or good. I just thought it was an interesting choice because it had a little bit of this like Han Solo-esque theme underneath it with the Millennium Falcon theme, but it was done very differently, sort of like with the guitar and everything. I thought that was interesting. I think Donald Glover is Lando in it. He looked good. He looked like a solid Lando. Chewie, well,
I mean, it's a man.
It still looks like Chewie.
Yeah. Fun fact, by the way, the guy playing Chewie in this film is the same guy, as I gathered, who played him in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Which is odd, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's not Peter Mayhew.
I think he's retired now because he is struggling now. I think that's the thing because he's walking around with canes and so on, so he can't really do it that well anymore.
He's in big trouble.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson in the film looks interesting. Sorry, I'm going to pull up the cast because I can't remember the actual name of the guy who's playing Solo. But Emilia Clarke.
Alden Ehrenreich.
I think you're right.
I don't know. He doesn't. That's the thing. He kind of looks like some.
He looks like a very short version. He looks like a very short version of Han Solo.
Yeah, it's like the thing is everything about him, right? His looks, his mannerisms, and everything. Don't sell me that he is Han Solo. Like it doesn't quite come over to me. I don't quite believe it. But then, obviously, it's only a trailer.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like maybe I shouldn't judge now.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think it's what I saw like a lot of comments like that. Like, oh, where's Solo? It's like, guys, he's in it for like, because he's actually hardly in the trailer himself. The guy who plays Solo, like he's in maybe 2-3 scenes. Like he's in
something like that.
The scene talking with Woody Harrelson, which still looks good. He's the scene like thought you'd be in trouble there, but everything's fine. Everything's fine. And I think he's in the scene where Emilia Clarke's like, I know who you really are. It's like, Yeah, who's that? Which I thought was kind of interesting to see.
Yeah.
To be fair, just a quick little note. If anyone is concerned that this isn't the Han Solo they know, first off, it's fucking Origin, so no shit. He's not going to be the same cocky, arrogant, self-absorbed cunt. He's going to be quite a sort of maybe... This is not Han Solo as the best pilot of the galaxy. This is Han Solo wanting to be that guy. He's not at that level yet. He wants to be at that level. That's the stage you're looking at.
That's fair enough, but like there is a couple of traits that still have to be there.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the thing. If it's not there in the trailer, all I would suggest to people is we'll probably see him develop those traits in the film.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's going to happen for certain. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm still excited for the film. I'm still interested to see what it does. I think in the end that's sort of all I can say about it. I'm still excited for it. I'm still interested to see it. Mainly because it's going to be very different from everything else we've seen from Star Wars up to this point.
I mean, I will do, but I don't know if I'm going to have much money, because guess what? This film comes out roughly the same time as Infinity War and Deadpool 2.
Why?
It's all cluttered into like the April-May area.
I know there's Memorial Day, guys, but there's a fucking limit. You've got other months as well in the year.
There's maybe like next month.
August was a great, people didn't think it was a good month, but Suicide Squad proved everyone wrong, despite it being a terrible film. But still, it made a lot of money.
I mean, if you're going to make oversaturated trailers, then yeah, that's going to make a lot of money.
Next up, the final trailer we're going to talk about, Venom.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Surprisingly, not coming out around May, April, but in October.
Yeah. My one positive comment about it is I like the beat of the trailer.
Yeah.
I like the music that comes with it.
It's really well paced.
Yeah. But everything else in it is kind of like, meh.
It's like, the thing is, the trailer still hasn't convinced me that Tom Hardy is Eddie Brock.
It hasn't convinced... Oddly enough, I saw this trailer and I was watching it thinking, oh, this is some sort of good, gritty detective film with Tom Hardy. And I was like, wait, no, this is Venom. You see the symbiote, like, once.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I don't mind when trailers don't reveal much. And I think I like the idea of them maybe not revealing what Venom looks like yet. I think that may have been a good move. But I would like to have seen maybe a bit more... Yeah, him mid-transformation, or a bit more of the symbiote maybe being a bit more active. I think one of those two things would have been a good thing to see. But we see so little in that trailer.
I mean, the things that we did see, right, is him laying in a hospital bed, him driving a motorbike away from like exploding trucks or whatever that was. I didn't get that. I didn't understand.
Unless that's at the very beginning of the film and he's some sort of crook. Makes no sense, because then you're thinking, wait, why doesn't he just...
That's not him though. He's a fucking reporter.
Yeah.
Also, so I mean, there's an alien ship or like...
I think that's one of the origins.
It's one of the origins, yeah, kind of. But, I mean, it's the same kind of origins as there were in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, which, to be fair, I would not want to replicate, considering how terrible that film is.
Oh, no. But, like, what does bother me a bit is they're doing the whole thing without Spider-Man. But the reason that the symbiote is what it is because it attached to Spider-Man in the first place and then replicated its powers.
Yeah.
So, I'm not quite sure... how they're gonna justify the whole thing.
I think the Venom film is completely mistimed, to be honest.
I think it's mistimed, and I think it shouldn't be in its own universe.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It just doesn't work. I think that's the thing. I think, in all honesty, a film about a villain is a very difficult thing to do. Which actually we can probably segue in a moment to our next topic.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up. But it's just such a difficult thing to do because Suicide Squad kind of tried to do it. And it could still work, but the problem is with films where you have an anti-hero or a villain playing the protagonist, they cannot be good guys throughout the whole thing. They have to be, and that's the reason why I'm concerned if there ever is going to be a Vader film, that they try and paint Vader as a more redeemable character. Because I remember seeing somewhere like a fan says, oh, but the point is of Vader, he's meant to be redeemable.
Yeah, at the very end.
And I'm like, yeah, but I was exactly. And the point was, it's like, no, he's not. He's meant to be complete. He murders children. He's not meant to be redeemable. It's meant to come as a shock that he is redeemed. That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, well, not entirely.
Not a shock,
but
like, it's not meant to.
It's like it's not completely like out of left field, but it is kind of like, oh, okay, so he's given up his dark ways now.
It's meant to be where he redeems himself in the eyes of his son, but in his own eyes, he hasn't done anything to redeem himself. I think that's sort of the thing you're meant to get from Vader, is that he redeems himself to you, the audience, and to his son, but not to himself, because he knows what he's done, and he knows he's still evil, and he knows he can't come back from this. And I think that's why it's still a good ending for Vader, the way it is in the original trilogy. I just think a film on these kinds of scales are very difficult to do. Which
I mean, I'm gonna admit I've not actually read the Vader comic books.
I think the Vader comic books are good because I've read a few of them, and the thing is that he still plays himself as a villain. Like,
well, if they kind of do it like that, then
it's him as a villain who's completing objectives for the Empire, and that's the thing. Like, he's playing himself as he's the hero for the Empire, but you know the Empire is not good.
Yeah.
And all the people you're watching in the film, you're like, I want Vader to win because it's about him, but at the same time, the people that he's fighting against are not.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's the right kind of
sometimes, occasionally, you do meet one of the antagonists he comes up against, and they are bad people, and him becoming the good. I think one of my favorite comic books is he comes to this world, he kills the leader of it, and this leader's a douchebag, and then the daughter's placed in charge, and she's like, well, what if I don't, obey the Empire's rules? And he just leaves like a little rock, and he starts walking away, and she's like, what's this? And he's like, that's what's left of Alderaan. And then he leaves. And
Jeez, that's dark.
And I was thinking, that's a perfect hit.
That's so dark.
It's so good though, because it builds him like, no one stands in our fucking way. And I thought it was so expertly done. And I think everyone who read that was like, fuck, this is good Vader. Because he kills everyone in the room, and then leaves a chunk of Alderaan just there.
That's fucking perfect. That's exactly what they should do.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. As obviously, because with Rogue One, when in the Vader scene, when he kills all the rebels, everyone's like, that's what they have to do for Vader. And I was like, yeah, that is it. Because he can't be the good guy. Because he isn't a good guy.
No, he's been converted to the dark side.
Yeah, exactly.
And whatever they do with standalone Vader, I'm gonna guess it's all gonna take place like before the whole like Luke Skywalker finds Ben Kenobi and stuff like that. If they do it before then he is irredeemable bad.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know that he has children. He
thinks he killed his wife,
who he loved a lot.
He's massacred the entire Jedi Temple and younglings. He's he's at a position where he's just not a good person.
Exactly.
And I think the thing is that's good about Vader as well, is he's aware of it.
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's kind of like a perspective thing, obviously, because at the end of episode 3. Sorry, we're talking about this. I know that some people would rather not talk about the prequels, but like at the end of it, he basically, like, the way he's talking implies that what he is doing is what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
And that's what I like so much about it.
Because I think that's the thing. He recognizes in the case of the Empire is a good thing because it's bringing peace and security, and he's not a good thing, but he is a necessary evil for peace and security to reign. That's the thing I like about Vader. Is he thinks he's necessary evil for there to be peace.
Well, yeah.
Fair. He's not necessarily evil. It's just that he's evil and he's working for the evil.
I mean, let's compare it to basically, you know how the Empire is essentially based on the third.
Of course.
Empire.
It's based on the Third Reich.
So basically, you need to think of Darth Vader not as Hitler, but as a very high-ranking officer. Kind of like
Tarkin's more Rommel, but he's like a high-ranking.
He's like a really who does stuff on his own, and basically like he thinks to himself like, oh, I'm gonna make Germany great, and anyone who doesn't agree with me is clearly against me.
Yeah.
So they need to be destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically the idea that you have to get into, and then people could think like, well, how did Nazis came to be, and to think that they're doing the right thing. There's a lot of psychology to it.
And if you know your history, then you know why the Germans ended up following someone like Hitler.
Yeah.
We won't bother going into it because it's just so.
Because this is this is not a history podcast, but, and certainly not a political.
It's
one.
Seriously, if you're ever curious, just look it up.
Yeah.
There is a lot of interesting stuff. Anyway,